The first question that prosecutors asked Cassie was to identify Diddy. They pulled up a picture of him at an award show and they asked, "Is this the man that you refer to as Sean Combs?" She said yes. Then they said, "Is that the same man that you see in the courtroom?" She said yes. They then briefly touched on the abuse that she says she endured during their decade-long relationship. They also touched on that now infamous 2016 hotel attack video where she confirmed that it was taken immediately after a freak-off. Then they took us all the way to the beginning, back to 2006 when Cassie and Diddy met. She was 19 at the time. She was living in New York. She was a model turned singer who had a hit song, Me and You, on the radio. Diddy then convinces her to sign with Bad Boy to a 10-album deal. Now, she knew of Diddy before she met him. She says she was a fan. She knew he had a larger than life personality. Now, Cassie says in those days, the relationship was platonic, that Diddy as a boss would look out for her, that when she bombed a performance, he was there to support her and also protected her. She says she was excited about the possibilities of where her career could go under Bad Boy. And that didn't change until her 21st birthday. She went to Vegas to celebrate the same time as the VMAs. Diddy was hosting a party, so she attended. At that party, he makes a move on her. He kisses her in the hotel bathroom. She says she was thoroughly confused. She's not familiar with the music industry, and this is an executive kissing his artist. So she says she starts crying and runs out of the bathroom. The two are now back in New York, and he starts inviting her over to his place. His apartment's getting renovated, so she says he was staying at the Trump Hotel. And as she goes over there, they start talking music and really start developing a bond. They also started to get intimate, and Cassie says that Diddy was actually the person who introduced her to the concept of oral sex. Really shamed her into it. So what happened is, he gave her oral sex, she went home. She didn't realize that she was supposed to reciprocate. So then she heard about it and he called it crazy that she would just leave. So then she says from there, he taught her how to do it. But she points to this to show that she was not only naive as she kept repeating, but also sexually inexperienced when she met him. She says she starts developing deep feelings for him and wants to be around him all the time. So when she finds out that he's gonna be in Miami one weekend, she concocts a plan that she's going to create a fake flyer saying that she's hosting a club down there so she has an excuse to be there. Her plan works. They end up spending the weekend on the yacht, partying, loving up on each other, and that's when he introduces her to ecstasy and they have sex for the first time. From that point on, she says she felt like they were inseparable. But in hindsight today, she calls herself naive because she didn't realize that although he made her feel like she was in a monogamous relationship, that she at the time was just one of many girlfriends. And in fact, he was still having relations with his ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter. She says they decided to keep the relationship private for many years from that point, partly because he's a music executive who's dating his artist and that doesn't look good. But the other part was because of his kids. But she says he brought her into his world of frequent traveling, assistance at his beck and call, and lots of partying. She also says that he controlled every aspect of her music career, how she looked, how she sounded, how she dressed, what songs that she would record. Songs that we now know never were released.